Rest in peace, protein.
You guys talk about protein? I love protein. I love protein too.
Sorry, protein lovers. High protein diets are definitely a thing of the past if you want to be the healthiest, most athletic, and best looking version of yourself. But I need my protein. Where's my protein? I need my protein cookie. I need my protein bar. I need my protein shake.
Protein rocks.
Whatever. Everything is protein nowadays, right? And has to be good, right?
Protein.
You can keep eating your protein. You can keep melting your intestines. You can keep bogging down your liver. You can keep going to the toilet 20 times a day. But today I'm gonna reveal you a secret that the multi-trillion-dollar protein industry is not talking about. The last 2 years of my career as a professional soccer player, I didn't focus on protein anymore. I had more concentration, I had more energy, I didn't have brain fog anymore, and I didn't had fatigue anymore. And this video is for you if you want to build muscle, if you want to feel better and heal your symptoms, if you want to lose weight, or if you just want a better vitality and longevity in your life. So you probably think, is this guy insane? Why should I even eat protein anymore? This is something that I never heard before. But hear me out. The problem with protein is, and this is something that almost nobody is saying to you, if you eat a high protein diet, you eat a high fat diet. It's not possible to eat high protein without eating high fat. Even if you eat the leanest meats, even if you eat like chicken the whole day, it still is high in fat. Even if you eat fish every day, it is still high in fat. And the high fat diets nowadays are under the umbrella of high protein. Why is that an issue? If you eat high protein and high fat, this means that your stomach glands have to produce lots of hydrochloric acid to disperse the protein and the fat cells. This is one thing. Another thing is that your liver has to produce lots of bile to disperse that as well. If you're doing this on and on and on and on, you're burdening your liver. And if your liver gets tired, if your liver gets sluggish because of that, it can't produce the bile anymore that is needed in dispersing or digesting fats and proteins. What is happening then is that your stomach glands try to overproduce because there's a connection between your stomach glands and your liver, and then the liver is not able to perform anymore or able to perform as good as it used to be when it comes to bile. Your stomach glands start to jump in and overproduce hydrochloric acid. This is okay for a limited amount of time, but if you're still eating high protein and high fat, that means your stomach glands are weakening as well. And hydrochloric acid is one of the main things that you need in combating any kind of pathogens that are coming into your body. If you have a strong hydrochloric acid, that's basically your first line of defense if you get any pathogens in your body. And if you are sick nowadays, if you have chronic illness, pathogens are one of the main reasons why we get sick. So a good hydrochloric acid is a good foundation for a good health. These fats and proteins, they rot, they are undigested in your intestinal tract, and they produce ammonia gas. And this ammonia gas can lead to a lot of bloating. That's why so many people that go to the gym and drink their protein shakes all the time,
Got you guys protein shake.
eat a high protein, high fat diet. That's why they have so much bloating. That's why they have so much digestive issues. That is one of the main reasons why a high fat and a high protein diet is not good for you. And you probably heard a lot of people talking about gut health, and they recommend to you eating high protein and high fat, which is absolutely delusional because it worsens the symptoms, it worsens your gut issues. Your gut issues are not even the reason why you are sick in the first place. For example, they say you have brain fog because you have gut issues. That's not true. And then they give you advice for your gut issues that are not even helping for your gut issues. That's the insanity out there. And you've been lied to when it comes to protein. You've been brainwashed when it comes to protein because we don't need that much protein as they tell you all the time. We don't need nearly as much as they're telling you. Think about breast milk. Breast milk is the very thing that is developing a baby, that is developing a baby's brain, a baby's muscle, baby's bones. And breast milk contains mostly carbohydrates, a little bit of fat, and a little bit of protein. And this should give you a hint on how we should eat and what our bodies actually need, what our bodies thrive on. It's not protein, it's not fats, It's carbohydrates, the very thing that you are afraid all the time. And that's why you're not doing better. That's why you don't feel good. That's why you have low energy levels. That's why you don't have a good performance when you are a professional athlete. That's why you are feeling weak in the gym. These are all the issues because you are afraid of carbohydrates and you eat high fat, high protein all the time, which is not giving your body what it actually needs. And of course, I'm not going to deny that there are people that are doing good on a high protein, high fat diet because obviously a lot of people do. They don't have the issues for now, but it's just ticking time bomb because if you're on a high protein, high fat diet, sooner or later you're going to get health issues. Why are people doing good on a high fat, high protein diet? It is because every time you eat protein, which is high fat, your bloodstream is filled with fats and your heart it has to pump blood throughout the body. And if you have high fat in your bloodstream, that means that your heart has to pump harder to push the blood through your body because of the high fat. This puts a bigger strain on your heart. What is your body doing? Because this is actually not a good thing for your body. Your adrenals start to produce lots of adrenaline to thin out the blood, to disperse the fat cells. And this is actually helping your brain and heart to not get strained so much by the high amounts of fats in your bloodstream. You ever heard of adrenaline junkies? You ever heard of maybe even people on caffeine and the adrenaline that is getting released? This is the same thing when you eat high fat, when you eat high protein. You can get addicted to that because you can get addicted to your own adrenaline, like adrenaline junkies are doing that are jumping out of planes, for example, and they get addicted to that. They get addicted to very scary things. They get addicted to free climbing, all these kind of adrenaline raising things. It is the same thing when you eat high fats. That's why you feel so good on it and you miss it when you don't eat fats in a long time and proteins. And when you eat it, you feel like, yeah, I'm doing so good when I'm doing this. Wait. This is just the adrenaline that is getting released to thin out the blood to make it the least harmful for your heart. This is why it can help make you feel better in the short term. But long term, it's not a good solution for your body. And what does it mean if you have chronic illness? If you are on a high protein, high fat diet, chronic illness gets worse all the time because one of the biggest issues with chronic illness is that you have a lot of toxins in your body. It is that you have too much heavy metals, too much DDT, too much pesticides, too much viral waste, too much pathogens in your body that you just don't detox. And if you eat a high fat diet, then it's not possible for your body to detox anymore because if you would really know how the body is cleansing, it's all about the liver. And the liver doesn't need that much fat. Actually, the liver thrives on glucose. And if you don't give the liver glucose, that means that it can't cleanse anymore. If you are eating a high fat diet, your bloodstream is filled with fats, your body can't cleanse anymore. And this is the very thing that is holding you back if you want to get rid of your chronic symptoms because you need to cleanse your body.
Of course!
There's no way around this. And if you're still eating high protein and high fats, then you're not able to cleanse your body. You're just not able to do it. There are so many cleanses out there. And if any cleanse out there has high fat or high protein, you're not going to cleanse because it's not possible if you eat high fat and high protein diets to cleanse your body. It is not possible. It's just not possible. If your bloodstream is filled with fats, the blood flow is different, the blood flow is worse. You have less oxygen in the blood. How the hell can you cleanse your body if your bloodstream is filled with fats? It's just not possible. So, what should you eat instead? I would suggest to you eat the things that we are made to eat, that human beings are thriving on, which are basically two things. It's glucose and mineral salts. Yeah, the bad carbohydrates. The bad carbohydrates that the baby gets from breast milk, which is the most important thing that the human body needs. So, you have to eat more carbohydrates. You shouldn't be afraid of them. You shouldn't focus on high protein all the time because it's the very thing that is keeping you from getting better. It is the very thing that is keeping you from having more energy. It is even the very thing that is keeping you from building muscles. Yes, I've said it. Muscles are built on two things, on glucose and on mineral salts. And now you say, yeah, but there are so many people that build muscles with high protein diets. Show me one of them that don't eat carbs. Show me one of them that don't eat rice or pasta or potatoes or fruit or oatmeal. All of them eat carbs. If they wouldn't eat carbs, they wouldn't be able to build muscle. That's the harsh truth. And actually, if your diet is high in protein, high in fat, it even prevents you from building muscles. You see all these people that are bulking all the time, that try to bulk their body. All what they gain is fat, just a little bit of muscle because they still eat carbohydrates. But most of the time, they just gain fat that just looks so puffy and fluffy and just doesn't look aesthetic. If you really want to look athletic, if you really want to look good, if you want to provide the best nutrients for your body, you should consume glucose in the form of carbohydrates. You should have mineral salts from vegetables, from leafy greens. This is the very thing that humans thrive on. And if you think that's not possible, we need proteins, I don't say you don't need proteins. I say that you don't need these high amounts of proteins to thrive. So lower the protein in your diet and you will see the magic. This is like one of the best tips I could ever give you. And you will think, maybe this guy is insane. And maybe one day you will sit at home, you've maybe tried everything, even though you didn't try everything, but you're sitting at home with your health symptoms, you're taking medication for your thyroid disorders, for your gut issues, for your mental health, for your brain fog, for your endometriosis, for your PCOS, whatever it is. Maybe you're thinking in that moment about me and you're thinking about that video. And maybe you think, if this guy was right, then I maybe didn't try everything because I was always on a high protein diet. Doesn't matter if you are animal based or vegan, because both of them are on a high protein diet. Basically, that's why vegans are going back to animal protein because they think they're doing something wrong. But the biggest issue is if you go vegan and you're still looking out for, where do I get my protein? I need my protein all the time. Protein is the most important nutrient. No, it's not. It's not the most important nutrient. It's just not. It doesn't provide your body with the healing benefits you need to heal chronic illness, to thrive, to have a long lasting life. This is the major reason why people that are vegan are getting back to animal protein, because they think they're doing something wrong. They think it's not working, but they just didn't do it right because they were still focusing on high fat and high protein. And if you're already struggling with health symptoms and you think you've done it all, you've tried it all, you didn't. You didn't try that. And if you need help with that, if you want to know how to do it exactly in the right way, what kind of foods you should eat, what kind of supplements you should take to get rid of your issues, to reach your goals, to have a better performance, to get everything out of your life, then there's a link in the description where you can book a free discovery call with us, where we can figure out if and how we can help you. So, thank you